Using forms of assistive technology is about looking at things in a different way, so it's actually looking at the item to a personal need. So for instance, something as simple as a wireless doorbell could actually come in handy for somebody that's got caring needs. So the person being cared for can actually have the doorbell bit, and the carer can actually carry the box around with them. And for this one, it's just less than £5. The carer can actually carry on doing the jobs around the house or the bungalow or even in the garden, with the knowledge that when they're needed, they can actually ding them. For those people that get pretty forgetful about things, I mean, even everyday people, they tend to forget to switch their iron off. They've rushed out for whatever reason. If the iron was actually plugged into this, which is an ENERGENIE, after about 2 minutes of the iron not actually being used, it actually switches the item off. So you could be still heading to wherever you're going with no worries at all, because you can actually rely on this switching the item off. For those of you that find your normal remote controls quite complicated, obviously they've got all these different buttons on, there is actually a simple solution in the form of assistive technology, and it's this gadget. As you can see, it's simple on off, the volume's up and down and the channels up and down on them buttons there. And it's quite easy to set up. You just point them to one another and you press the relevant buttons on each remote, and it actually records the frequency that it's using, and it recognises that on the on off, the channels up and down and the volume buttons, and away you go. For those of you that struggle switching on and off your plugs, there's quite a simple solution. Quite a few shops have actually got on board with this, and it's actually a remote control plug. A few advantages of these remote control plugs. Number one, it saves you on electricity. You're actually switching it off at the source. And the other thing is it actually reduces the risk of falls. On this particular unit, you can fit 3 of these units, which you plug into your socket. Wherever you want to switch on and off, you plug in to this section here, and simply the remote switches on and off. For instance, it'd be ideal for things like Christmas tree lights, your telly, your DVD, your video, where the plug's actually situated behind the unit, and that way you don't lean over the unit, you just simply switch it on and off, and it actually isolates the electricity from this source, so you don't need to switch it off at the wall. This will do it for you. For the people that have problems sort of like remembering, I use an example as I'm one for actually forgetting my house keys when I go through a front door. Possibly a MEMOMINDER could be the solution. The MEMOMINDER is quite a simple item. It's got a speaker, a sensor, and it's got a microphone in the bottom. And the idea is that you record a message in there to remind yourself or others on anything. In this case, I'm going to use my house keys. Simple switch on the side. You push down to record the message, you push up to switch on, and then the centre to switch off. So I'll record the message first. Don't forget your keys, Lee. You switch it on. Don't forget your keys, Lee. It relays the message back to you. It takes about 20 seconds to reset. And once that happens, you can actually place this so far away from the front door, so before you actually go through the front door, you will walk past the sensor. That will set the message off, and it'll remind you on to don't forget your keys, Lee. So if we just wait for that happen. Don't forget your keys, Lee. Do you have problems with poor dexterity? A lot of people struggle with cutlery like this. A simple solution for that is just a piece of foam, possibly cut down, slot in, and makes it easier to grip. And you only need a couple of pieces of this, and you can actually keep them in your pocket and carry them around with you. For those people who have got poor dexterity, there are all sorts of adaptations out there. For instance, this one, it's actually a ring pull on the tin cans that'll pull the ring up so that you can grip it. You've also got your sterilised bottle opener, but you've also got on there, it's different size bottle caps for them people that can't quite grip them and turn them, and this will do that for you. And I've got a bottle here to show you. So you find the hole to fit on the bottle, and for instance that causes a lever, which doesn't take much effort to just undo. And you can put it back on. This is a different type of ring pull. Again, for your tin cans with the ring pulls on, it actually hooks into the ring pull and then it'll tear the lid back as well. For those people who suffer handling large saucepans and any sort of heavy cookery items, there are actual solutions out there. For instance, this little dish here is actually used to cook jacket potatoes in the microwave, and it does look a bit like a jelly mould, but in the bottom there's a hole and the jacket potato sits on there, and the idea is that the air circulates underneath the jacket potato so the person doesn't actually have to handle the hot potato, and at the same time the edges don't get hot, so putting it in the microwave and taking it out is also safe. And they're really cheap to buy, and if you decide to have beans with them, they also do the pots where the handles on the pots don't get hot. For people again with poor grip, there's all sorts of types of grips. These are silicone grips and you can pick them up for about £1. Some of them, you've got to read the packets, they're even heat resistant. So for people with the old type of saucepans, if you like, where the handles get hot, these would be ideal for actually holding on to them saucepan handles. Like I say, they come in all shapes and sizes. They're also good for opening up jars, bottles as well, with the bottle tops. In some areas, local charities are actually taking this project on, and it's called Message in the Bottle. It's quite a simple idea. It involves a tub. Inside the tub you get 2 stickers, okay, and you also get a form, and the form's quite simple, and it's just asking for details like your name, your address. It's also asking you for your doctor's details, what medication you're on, and who to contact in an emergency. And the whole idea of Message in a Bottle is that you put the form inside the tub, you get 2 stickers with it. One sticker either goes on the back of the front door, or it goes on something where you can see it as you come through the front door, and the other sticker actually goes to where you're placing the tub. So if you put the tub in the cupboard or in the fridge, the other sticker goes on the outside of that cupboard door or the fridge door. And what we recommend people to do is actually put an up-to-date prescription inside that tub. And the idea is that if you're somebody that lives alone and for some unknown reason that you collapse and the emergency people have to break down your door to get into you, they'll recognise these stickers, and obviously they can see all the details of the up-to-date medication and what ailments that you suffer from. For those people who have a lot of tablets and they still like going out for the day, something as simple as this. The idea is this: you've got your full week's tablets all together there, but if you actually go out for the day, you just take one section away with you. Okay, and the difference is with this one, instead of it being the push-up ones where some people will struggle, it's actually pushed down and the lid comes up.